Do you ever wonder about the world before Jesus? What was it like? What people believed? What was important to them? You might be surprised to learn that Jesus didn't just change history, he changed the world. Take, for example, the way people viewed the sick. Before Jesus, the sick were often seen as unclean. They were shunned by society and left to die. But Jesus didn't just teach that the sick should be cared for. He actually did it. He touched lepers, he healed the blind, and he raised the dead. In doing so, he showed people that they had worth and value, even if they didn't feel like they did. And this radical idea spread like wildfire. Early Christians were known for their radical acts of love and compassion. They sold their possessions and gave to the poor, something that was unheard of in a culture that valued wealth and status. These early Christians weren't just sharing their stuff, they were making a statement. They were saying, "We don't need this stuff. We don't need power or status because we have something better, a relationship with the living God." But what about those who didn't believe in Jesus? Well, the early church wasn't just changing the world for Christians, it was changing the world for everyone. Think about it. If someone had asked a Roman what they thought about Christians in the first century, they might have said, "Well, they're a nuisance, right? They won't stop talking about this Jesus guy." But they also might have said, they're kinda great because they're always helping the poor and they never turn away a stranger. The early church was so radically different from the rest of society that people could unhelp but notice. In fact, one Roman historian, Tacitus, wrote that the Christians were so numerous that it wasn't possible to eradicate them. So you can imagine the surprise of a Jewish historian named Josephus when he learned that Jesus was the Messiah. You see, Josephus had written an account of the Jewish revolt against Rome, and he had portrayed Christians in a very negative light. But after learning that Jesus was the Messiah, he penned a letter begging for forgiveness. He realized that he had been wrong and that Jesus was who he claimed to be. So there you have it. Jesus didn't just change history, he changed the course of human history. He turned upside down everything that people thought they knew about God, about themselves, and about the world. He brought light into darkness and hope into despair. And the amazing thing is that he still does that today. Every time someone turns to him in faith, every time someone experiences his love and forgiveness, Jesus changes the course of their life. Are you ready to let Jesus change your life? Are you ready to experience his love and forgiveness? If so, then take a step of faith and ask him to forgive you of your sins and to come after him. If you do, you will never regret it.